It's been a while since I've done my last video. I did record a few others, but just haven't gotten around to posting them. And right now the light really seems to be bugging me, but I finally got this thing. So a number of years ago, I recommended a individual buy the previous version of this for their video recording, doing interviews and whatnot, and I absolutely loved it. When I went in to do my own sort of videos and sort of upgrade them a bit, I looked at what Rode was selling and I found that they had a lavalier microphone, which is one I did a video on before that I purchased. I'm still using it today and I absolutely love it, especially the quality of audio that comes out. Anyway, I finally decided to chuck it in and buy this. It seems to be a different model, and I do have a few things to say about it as well, which I'll get to once I've done the unboxing. I'm not going to demonstrate it since the actual the device I'll be using it on is currently like up here and being used, so that's sort of a bit of a pain in the ass. I do have other phones that it will work with, but still, with that, let's start this unboxing, shall we? Some of the reviews I came across this weren't exactly too much on covering this part, so I thought I might document mine. But before I actually go further, something that you don't often see with products like this is made in Australia. Still, I don't like the fact of how this has been sealed. So, for example, I like to close boxes up and put things back inside. Probably a good idea I don't drag that towards me, I might cut myself. So, really, I wish they had more of a traditional, easy, open sort of thing other than this complete seal of a cluster. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to get that off, am I? So I have looked at some of the other reviews for this device, and it just seems to be a better version than the previous one. Oh, that explains the rattling around. Huh, serial number. Okay, I might have to register that before I upload this. Really? Wait, really? They do their own. Oh, that's funny. All right, so that's safety and whatnot. Wow. All right, so first off, oh, what's this? Oh. First off, I am annoyed at the fact that you have to destroy the box to get in there. It's not 100% kosher, but having a bit of like plastic sticker to cut through or to break in order to open it, yeah. I mean, you could have some of this sort of glue holding down a tab that you rip off to be able to open and close it so it will close properly and you can put it on a shelf or in a box or something and not have to worry about it. But I actually like to keep this stuff. I know everyone doesn't. I will say this, that it's kudos on the design. This is good. No plastic, which is a bonus. And the fact that it's like all together, useful. Why is there a 31? Well, let's just say quality control, I'm assuming. All right. So what do we got exactly here? Yep, there we go. All right, so not bad. From what I understand, and from everything I've seen, you can only listen on here to what's coming. Ooh. Wait, no, that is a pass-through. All right, that's stupid of me. So the thing I like about it is that you can output the audio, but my question is whether or not that will function without this receiving power from I'll have to find that out later. Oh, is that actually screwed in? Okay, so getting into this is going to be probably a little easier. Huh. Now, with the work that I'm doing, I don't know if I'll be needing this. Nice to have, but yeah. So I'll just grab this iPhone, which I randomly have lying around. Chinese S6. Now, personally, if I was going to be going outside and blogging with this, it would be a concern. This additional mount here to help stabilize it, I mean, yeah, okay. So this is coming from a lot of the reviews I've seen of this sort of particular device. It's not 100% secure. And that's a little concerning for me. I mean, yeah, you know, it snaps, it breaks. It does look, however, as if someone can replace the lightning connector. Not something you should have to do, though. Although I haven't seen any kind of options for that. So, well, that's good and all. But when it comes to cases, here we go. So, for instance, like this, it's not exactly going to fit. Yeah, it doesn't even fit in this case. All right. This is something that bothered me back when I was looking at some of the reviews. Now, an option would be something like this, which is an extender. Now, it's not very long, so you'd have to get an extension cord, but effectively it should function fine in this sort of layout. I do understand that you can, and this is probably what this thing's here, you can get a sort of mount for the regular device. That would be good. I would still prefer, and I'd feel much more comfortable about if they actually sold this, but a much more secure, outdoorsy kind of mount where you can attach to your phone that can also clip around whatever like case you have. So something like this, you'd be able to sit it here, and you could just go bonk like that, or off to the side like here. That would be really nice as an optional accessory. Not something I could find when I was looking. That's what bothers me about this microphone. It doesn't seem to have something to permanently grip onto the phone. Now, this extension is useful, but you will need to keep the phone pointed directly at what you're wanting to. Well, you have to keep the microphone pointed in the direction of the camera, or whatever way you're trying to record. Now, if you were pointing at this at someone to, interview, that could work. It might be a little too directional because you'd have to make sure it was pointing at their face. But that's just something that bothered me when I was going through and looking at this. My purpose for this is to set the phone up so it's pointed at a device or something I'm working on, and I want to be able to record the audio coming from. So, for instance, when I'm working on a sewing machine, I can have this pointed at the sewing machine when I have it running, and I want to record the audio of it actually running. That's what I want to use this for. Now, there's some other things I also want to be able to do with my phone when it comes to recording, and I'm just hoping that this will help. Now, because you can do separate audio recordings, I can use another phone like this one if I wanted to. Well, the battery's pretty bad in it, bloody iPhone 7s, to do separate like audio recording, which is great. So I've got two sources now I can record from. My lavalier, which I still like. What I like about the lavalier, and this is important, it's got a TTRS connection, and that's the only audio onto it. I don't know, and as I said before, if this will function without a power source. I'm hoping it will, but I just don't know. And I'm hoping to find that out later on with some testing. Still, first off, it's made of metal, so it's not, it doesn't feel like cheap plastic, which is important. I mean, this is definitely some kind of plastic type material, but yeah, whatever. Actually, I probably won't even need to use that. It doesn't feel like it's too heavy to plug into the phone and to have it set up like I've got here with a mount and everything. So that's good. And I was thinking about maybe trying to get in here and modifying this at some point, but because the screws are here, I mean, at some point I'm going to have to try to take it off. Or if I ever have the money to buy another one of these again, which is not going to be very likely, buy another one and pull it apart. Huh. You know, maybe I should actually try that. There's something off topic, but I'm wondering whether or not I'd be able to point this at where I'm generally standing, record myself, and then have another one pointed at what I want to record as well, and have two distinct audio channels. I mean, does this do stereo or mono recording? Design for Apple products, 3.5mm. Doesn't say TTRS, which is what it is, but that's... Oh, wait, would it be TTRS or... Alright. Alright. So, as for the unboxing and the first impression, it's been a couple years since I looked at the last device. I can't really tell the difference. I don't have the option to be able to compare it with like the other one in as for looks, aesthetics. As for it plugging in and working, I mean, I would be comfortable having that as it is set up for a recording session. Not an issue, especially since it would be secure in a mount. I don't really have to worry about it. Yes, this is awful. If I was running around doing it freehand, I would be concerned about that falling off. I would be concerned about it breaking. If this was to fall and hit the ground, but with that said, I still do like this. What I found with this, with the previous one, unless the wind is really powerful, or there is a ton of horrific background noise, like the ambulance that's selling its siren right now, this will be great if I have to do something in a windy area, but I generally shouldn't need to. Like having it though. Yeah. So as a purchase, this is useful. I'm intending to hopefully use this next week for a special recording. So I've got an issue with a machine. I want to go to a place. I need to record how it sounds. And you get a more accurate representation if it's through something like this versus, well, straight from the camera. Oh, sorry, straight from the phone. Anyway, I've been rambling for a little too long. Finally excited to have this, and I'm going to be saying, as a matter of fact, I'm actually going to test this. So right now the device, the phone I'm using to record this video is playing through the regular, it's recording through the regular microphone. And this is how I'm going to have it set up. So it's running through this. Not exactly the best. I mean, I need to get an extension cable, a lightning extension cable to make this useful. But for the meantime, let's see. All right, so I've got it bent in a really weird position, but I'm testing it plugged in through the extension cable. Now this one's particularly for data and power, which I was hoping to be able to use for recording, but as long as this microphone can work in it, I'm going to be very happy. For the unboxing and the first impression, sort of like my ranting, yibbity-yibbity.